Welcome to Queen Dawn Spirit Reiki Master YouTube channel. Welcome to this amazing video. You guys are in for an amazing, phenomenal treat. I have my spiritual sister, my guide, my my sister from another mother. She's a medium. She wears many different hats. I've known Elizabeth for over a decade, well over a decade. And you guys, you meet this queen. Well, she's been on my show before, so you're not a newcomer. You're a veteran. So today is an amazing day, releasing 2022 what you no longer want and welcoming into the phenomenal, amazing 2023. Introduce yourself, Queen Elizabeth. Tell everyone about you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, it has been over a decade since we've known each other. So my name is Elizabeth. You will find me online under Lily at Heart. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram. I have been practicing and honoring my spiritual path and ancestral path for over, 15, 20 years per se. I am considered a medium. I live life with intention. I try to find the light. Well, I find the light in everything. I offer readings. I'm also a culinary and ceremonial priestess. And what that means is that when I make food for you, I do it with intention, with prayer, with the energy from the universe and all that walks with me to honor all the process from the very beginning of acquiring the food all the way until the food is digested with intention. When it comes to ceremony, I hold spirituality with the utmost respect and honor. And I honor what walks with me, my ancestors, my guides, the energies of the universe, by creating and holding safe and sacred spaces for people to be able to go through their processes and even facilitate processes for others. And I think that covers it pretty much. You're muted, honey. Couldn't hear you. You're still muted.
There we go. Myself again.
All right,
sorry about that, guys. So I'm just sending out the link to people because I posted this yesterday, the last minute, and I wanted to make sure that even though this is live, it's going to be recorded. So share this video, subscribe. Sharing is caring, even if it does not resonate with you, it resonates with someone. Okay, just you talking to us. You have two phenomenal, amazing Reiki practitioners. So just us talking to you is sending you healing frequencies. So you got double for the price of one video right now in 2022. So Queen, tell me, you and I were talking earlier and you said that you were, you wanted to tap into how we've lost so many people here recently.
Yeah, so I would love to start first by just taking a minute to kind of ground ourselves into the space. And then I would like to hold space for loss of loved ones, of parts of you that no longer are with you, that no longer serve you, the loss of habits or routines or structures or whatever loss has been experienced within your life. So if we could just take just a minute to kind of breathe in all the way down to the tailbone, all the way down through the legs, breathing, taking a deep breath in, exhaling out to Mother Nature, taking another deep breath all the way into the tummy, down to the groin, through the thighs, through the knees, all the way down to the earth. Exhaling. Taking one more deep breath in, just to kind of ground ourselves, coming present, and exhaling anything that's occupying our minds, the space within our mind and around us, so that we can come fully present into our bodies as we go through this video. And now that we are grounded and present, I would like to again offer a minute or two of just being to honor the loss that we have experienced. There is a lot of folks who have lost loved ones, whether it's recently or before. Grief does not go away. We just tend to learn how to live with it, and we honor it as it comes up when it comes up with our loved ones. The loss of any pets, of anything significant within your lives, to honor again the loss of the parts of you that are no longer serving you, what used to be. And just giving a minute to just honor that. Taking in a few more deep breaths as we honor all of that and remind ourselves to be gentle, to practice compassion with ourselves, to love ourselves through our processes, and to know that it is okay to go through grieving processes in whatever shape or form they show up for us. Thank you. Queen, you're muted.
This has been a heavy year for us all. And we're both sending Reiki healing love to anyone that has been affected through losing a loved one or a domestic animal or anyone, close to them, or even a friend or an associate. Thank you for taking up that time, Elizabeth. Get back to the channel. So what would you like to share with us today, other than you just cleared space for us all?
I am here to bring through awareness, perception, and also some easy, simple tips so that we can release this year. If you follow the calendar year. And you can honestly do this whenever you feel like it's the end of something, coming into something new. So I'll be sharing as the end of the year, beginning of the 2023. But again, this applies for any type of transition when the transition shows within your life. So when we think about the end transition, we think about reflection. So we're reflecting on what happened this past year. We want to reflect on the goals that we had set up at the beginning of the year. How far did we get? What did we not invest time into? We can reflect on the reasonings why. And I always invite you to go in a little deeper. Scratch that surface, look in those shadows, and see what's lurking behind. So this time of year tends to be reflective. Plus, this is also a reminder that we are within different holidays. So it's the holiday season. And that instead of going on the go, 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 oh my goodness, I have to get everything ready. In the midst of that, always remember to take a minute to breathe and be present within your body. Responsibilities are not going to change unless you change them. Deadlines don't change unless there's something that's happening. And the only thing that you have control over is you, yourself, your body, your energy, and your being. So a gentle reminder throughout this time. So end of year reflections, again, what was, what could have been, all of those things that we are releasing are the things that we didn't get done. Energies that we came across that didn't serve us, or they did serve us and they're no longer there. Thought processes or ideas that just, instead of pondering like, oh my God, I couldn't, I didn't, we need to let go of it. Let go of it to clear this space in order to start. Maybe it's a goal for next year. Maybe this is just not the time and you need a couple of months, couple of days, it doesn't matter. But to be able to let go of the I should have, I could have, I would have, letting go of that thought process. What else do we let go of? We let go of part of ourselves that no longer serve us. So when we are working energetically, when we are aware, when we're connected, when we're learning as human beings to live this life, we go through experiences and we develop certain skills, certain things that we do and we use to be able to get through certain stages of life. And those things may not be useful or needed any longer. So we clear our space, we clear our energies in order to welcome new ways, in order to welcome change, in order to welcome and tap into those parts of us that are needed at this moment. And spiritually, energetically, we go to places, we experience things that we might just, energy is energy. We are energy, it flows with us. We want to clear not only ourselves, but our living space as well. So those are some of the things and awarenesses that I wanted to bring for the releasing part of this video. When it comes to the receiving, when we're receiving the new year, the only thing I'm going to share on that is perception. We do not have to wait until the beginning of a new year to get started on something. If you think it is possible, it is within your energy field, go for it. Don't worry about it. Just find your information, get your steps going, start doing whatever you need to do, whatever the case may be. You do not have to wait for it to be the new year in order to start something. Your new year can start any day of the year that you choose. As long as something comes to an end, whether it's a fear, which everything leads to the same thing, but fear, anxiety, worry about, I don't have this, or I don't know that. When that comes to an end, you're transitioning into that new part of you that's like, I'm capable and I'm doing it and I'm adventurous and I'm going to take the risk and I'm going to go for it. Doesn't have to be the beginning of the year. Yes, there are times of year where certain things are like energetically woo, in your face, like here we are, I'll give you a push. But it doesn't have to be the end of a year to the beginning of a new one. So I just wanted to share that little perception. When you feel it, write it down and you go for it. Let's go for it. You don't have to wait. So yes, those are some of the things that I wanted to share with y'all. You're muted, honey. Dawn, you have to unmute.
This is not my first time doing Zoom. I can't seem to get these buttons right. Thank you, Queen. Welcome, Jupiter, who's a phenomenal, amazing astrologist. Love you, beloved. And Kiara, but one of my phenomenal spiritual queens that clients that I'm actually trying to get to become a Reiki practitioner too, Reiki master. So she's on a phenomenal, amazing healing journey. I had her on my channel before. She does natural hair and she's a artist too, entertainment artist. And anyone, today is your chance to add, oh, and Ja's here. Hey, Ja, peace, beloved king. Share your thoughts, talk amongst yourselves, ask any questions that you have for Queen Elizabeth. She'll answer any questions that you may have, whatever spirit may tell her how she connects with you. But aren't you, now, you're a priestess too, aren't you?
Under many things, yes, I believe that I fall under that category.
Yeah, okay. So, you're a priestess. Let me tell you the story how I met Queen Elizabeth. I was on my healing journey and I had packed up everything, left Maryland, gave love one last chance, and I moved to Massachusetts. And I was working for this company, and I had connected with like-minded people that were on that spiritual journey. And this was like 2011. And I knew no one in Massachusetts, in Boston, Massachusetts. I went there to my husband, put everything in storage, moved there. And I met this particular individual, actually, who didn't even work in the same department as I, and gave me the card to a, good way to tap into my masculine energy. Yes, John, yes. Connected me to Elizabeth and Jose, was it Jose?
Juan,
I know, just Jay, okay. Jose, it was Juan. And I had an instant connection with Elizabeth. And she opened my eyes up. They both did. They helped me heal because I was actually literally under spiritual attack. And I knew really no one except for the people I had worked with. And she even saw me getting married. And I wasn't even engaged. She saw me in a wedding dress and everything. She actually came to my wedding pregnant. So when my husband and I bought our first house together, in Massachusetts, she came and she helped me bless it. And she helped me bless this house too. And we had a ceremony here. Her and her husband came here. We had an amazing time, an amazing weekend together. And my kids absolutely love Elizabeth. My children love her. They call her their sister too, even though I call her my spiritual sister. And her children, I'm their auntie. You know, I love them. Those are my babies. And Elizabeth is such an amazing spirit. She's one person you never want to lose connection with ever. So what else does spirit tell you to connect with today's queen? Because I would like for you to give a couple of readings if you can for people that are.
So before we go into the readings, because I would definitely love to offer that. Okay. I just want to come back to the releasing. When it comes to releasing, I invite y'all to tap into the elements. There's a lot of things out there that are suggestive, plant medicine, baths, rituals, X, Y, and Z, and the list can go on and on and on and on and on. And I also have to acknowledge that sometimes our financial situation may be like as tight as it comes, and we might hold ourselves from doing a ritual because we might not have the finances to get one thing or the other. When it comes to releasing and cleansing, bring it right back down into Mother Nature, bring it right back down into the roots, and always remember that everything stems from the elements. So again, I speak of the new year at the end of the year, but this is on a daily basis that can be done. When you take a shower, when you're done showering, as you shower, doesn't matter. Pray to the water, set the intention that you are showering with, to cleanse, to release. Set the intention for it to just take away the day's energetic collection. You can do that. When it comes to if you have an apartment, a home, whatever, and you need to do a ritual to cleanse, take a mop, do some water. If you have Florida water, that's great. If you have spiritual baths or things that you can add to it, that's great. However, when things are not available, come down to the basic roots, because what matters is intention. When it comes to fire, if you're feeling dense, if you feel like your home is dense, you grab a candle, tea light candle. You don't have a candle, grab a match. It doesn't matter. The element of fire, the intention, allowing and asking the fire to transmute, to get rid of, to elevate those prayers and those intentions up into the skies. However, you are called to, because I can make these suggestions. And at the end of the day, what matters is for you to honor what walks with you. I can give you like hints and guide you a little bit, but my number one always focus is for you to have a relationship with what walks with you. I can tell you to work with water, with the elements in a certain way, and then your spirits are going to be like, nope, this is how I want to do it. Allow that to flow. Mm-hmm. What matters is for you to say, hey, water, can we take care of this? Hey, fire, the wind, when the energy is dense in your home, open up your windows when time allows and temperatures allow. Open up the windows, stand outside, let that wind shift the energy around you. Take a deep breath. When you're in a heightened state, take a deep breath in order to ground yourself into your body, in order to be able to become present. Mm-hmm. And this is how you release. This is how you release with earth. Again, plant medicine, limpias, anything, stones, crystals, all of it. There are so many resources out there, and I am just going to bring it back to the roots. Use your elements. Not a lot is needed. I never, ever want anyone in this world to feel like they can't be spiritually free, cleansed, and light because they don't have the finances to do it.
Exactly.
It is not necessary. You want to go into rituals and certain things, and you're being called to do this, ask your spirits. Finances are tight right now. How can I make this happen? Come back to the roots, come back to the elements, and allow yourself to connect with them. Because again, money is energy. And while we can all benefit, and we all do benefit from it, when we're in spiritual need, money doesn't matter.
It's all energy.
Circumstances don't matter. We can make it work because we have the power within us, with our connection with spirit, to create what's needed in order to move forward. So you
we're all gods and goddesses.
Yes, you want to honor, you know, the ancestors or a certain deity or a certain spirit with like a feast. By all means, go for it when your funds allow it. But never allow yourself to be held back because of the mindset that I don't have the money to get this.
Exactly. They're only tools.
They're only tools. And if you have a pantry, guess what? Most likely the stuff in there is going to work. If you need to do a smoke cleanse in your home, you can use garlic peels and you can use onion peel. And that's nothing that, you know, if you cook, you have it. You don't have the peel, add a little bit of the powder. Be resourceful. These are all things that can be used when we need prosperity, when we need certain things, when we want certain things. If we have cinnamon, whether it's cinnamon sticks, whether you want to boil water with cinnamon powder, it doesn't matter. Again, the pantry
is golden.
A lot of tools in that pantry. And again, I say this because that's how I was taught and that's how my spirits work with me. But what if your spirits want to use cinnamon for something else? Allow yourself to have that connection. Allow yourself to be playful, to be curious. to create that connection and be led to how spirit wants to work with you with
Yes.
what you got.
Yes.
It's as
Yes.
easy as that. And again, end of 2022, there's a lot of things that have happened. A lot of people are feeling, and this is what I've been around. I don't know if anybody else feels. A lot of people feel like 2022 has been a real struggle. I don't know where this comes from. I don't know if it's an emotional thing. I don't know. Astrologically, I know like things are up there and shit is moving. And it throws us off for a loop.
They turned the dial up, Queen. They turned that
Listen.
dial up on high.
It's like we need to wake up. We need to have awareness. Let's bring folks in. Let's have folks like question, waking up, like noticing things. Like, is life really this? What other people and other things present to us? No, life is what we want it to be. Life is what we want to create it to be. So again, in the middle of the year, you're feeling a certain way. Guess what? Go down to your elements, connect with spirit, and allow yourself to release what is no longer serving.
Okay.
Yes, yes, yes.
You know, I want you to we have a couple of questions here.
Yes.
Oh, LaDawn's here, my daughter-in-law. Hey, LaDawn, love you. And then Ja had a question about masculine energy. Can you elaborate? Because you do house blessings too, correct? Okay.
Yes.
Can you elaborate a little bit about the ceremony that we did in my home, in our home? Briefly, not like go into detail.
Like what would you like for me to share?
Like basically how you cleared. I mean, I'm firmly blessed my home, but you know, always great when you have two powerful Leos, because we're both Leos. So we turned up the fire up in here. And what I missed, she was able to close out as well too. And after that, we had some guests here too. Prior to you guys coming, many guests. We had many people that come here. So certain energies, when you have people come into your home, certain energies may leak out of your home or come into your home when you have guests into your home. So you should always cleanse your home once a month at least. So share with them a little bit how you did with the drum and.
Yes, so I am I do work with the medicine of the drum. I don't have it next to me because if I did, I would play a little bit for y'all, but maybe I can make that happen before we go.
Okay. Yeah. Can you bless us? Can you send us out with the drum?
I will.
Okay.
I'll get somebody to get it for me.
Okay. That would be amazing.
So I work with the energy of the drum, and the medicine of the drum is like your heartbeat. It's your heartbeat. The drum that I brought to you, I actually made, guided by someone. And we prayed and we blessed the hive and we created everything, and we had to pull those strings to make it, come together, and the intention behind it. So I do work with the energy and the medicine of the drum. I like to call in anywhere we go, any type of work that I do, I always connect to spirits of the land, because I find it like when I don't, it feels like I'm intruding somewhere where I haven't even asked for permission to work, energetically. And for the spirits of the land, we ask permission, we connect with them, we make sure that it is okay. Because just because we're doing spiritual work, it doesn't mean that it's okay to do anywhere, everywhere without permission. These are like unspoken structures or rules per se when you're working spiritually, with energy. So I connect with the spirits of the land. I allow my guides and my spirits to connect and to guide the process. And then I also always ask the person that I'm working with and for, first of all, I ask for their permission. And then I always ask them to share anything that comes to them as we're doing the process. because I'm just like that middle person. And again, I'm always pushing, what is your people saying? What do they want? How do they want it? Because it's not about me, it's about the person and the work that we're doing. So when it comes to house blessings, we clear the space first. We call in the spirit, we ask for permission, call in the spirits, we clear the space, and then we listen and we feel for what's being asked. And then we bless by creating kind of like a filter shield type thing, in order for energy to be able to flow how it needs to flow. Yeah, so those are house blessings.
Awesome, awesome. And everyone has a different way of blessings, but I love how Elizabeth, I have my way of blessing, but I love how she connects with Mother Earth, with Big Mama, in nature, and tap into the goddess within. We all have an inner goddess and God in us, every last one of us. Every last one of us. So stop doubting yourself. Stop saying you broke. Stop saying you poor. Stop saying what you don't have. Gratitude creates more gratitude, more things to be grateful for, attracts more gratitude, okay? And like Elizabeth was saying, she finds things in her cupboard. You find things in your cupboard. You go shop in your cupboard. Do yourself a favor. Spirit told me to tell you this. Go in your cupboard and look at your spice rack and look up the spiritual benefits of every item in your cabinet, in your natural, every herb, from cinnamon to garlic powder to celery salt. Look all these items up, the spiritual benefits, because every last one of them has benefits. Coffee, sugar, you would be astonished
Honey,
of what honey, everything has some type of spiritual healing or connection to help you manifest what you want and to release what you no longer want.
Yes, and Google is a great tool. Again, Google it.
Yep.
And I also invite you to, again, go that step further, sit with it, hold it in your hand, see how it wants to connect with you, how it wants to communicate with you.
Sage,
and if it doesn't at that first time, that's okay too. But it's a matter of starting, getting to start to have a relationship with the things that you have in your pantry.
Diamond said, good evening, Queens. Good evening, Diamond, Queen Diamond. Josh got some questions, honey. He asking about how can he hear spirit? How can he tap into his masculine energy even more or elevate it? Yep. And
so the first thing that I want to say, first thing I'm going to say is, how can you hear spirit? It is not always meant to be heard. So I want you to be open to spirit communicating and connecting with you in the way that they want to. Because some people hear, some people see, some people smell and taste, some people feel, and they don't always come like they do for me or for Queen Dawn or for anybody else. Like, I know of a person that spirits comes through to them by like movie actors and actresses and like clips from movies and stuff. And it's a whole connection. So I want you to stay open and actually have a conversation. I am ready. Show me how. And then just be open, leave it, allow it to happen naturally as it does. It could be through your dreams. There's so many different ways.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so are you able to do a few like a quick reading for each person that's in here? We have so far like 10 people in the chat right now.
What is the intent? Does anybody have a specific question, or can we just say an intention for each person, since we're talking about releasing?
Yeah, that's for a person for each, and an intention for each person. And the first one that was on was Jupiter,
All
Aqua Jupiter.
right.
So let's ask, and then we got Kiera, and then we have Ja, and then we have LaDawn and Diamond.
All
My
right,
baby
Jupiter, do you
Diamond.
have a
And then
specific question?
Akaruma. Zakaruma. I apologize. Zakaruma Allah.
Okay. If y'all have a specific question,
Oh, wait a minute.
please post it.
Jupiter says she doesn't need a reading, so a reading, love. I don't need a reading, love. Okay, so we can skip over her. Unless you had a quick message you wanted to say to her.
I can catch her
Okay.
outside of here.
Okay, let's go to Kiera.
Does she have a specific question, or do we just want to see what needs to be worked on?
Let's see what needs to be worked on. Which I feel like she's doing absolutely amazing, but the spirit may say something to you that I think that will really give her that extra boost.
So what came up is there's a lot of inner conflict that's happening, and everything is basically based on what is known, and you're being shown things that are unknown to you. So they're asking you to trust and take the risk. Trust and take the risk. Don't listen to the inner voices of like, I see it green, but everybody has shown me that it's blue, but I see it green. Doesn't matter what everybody else says.
Exactly.
If you're seeing it the way that you're seeing it, go for it. Don't hold yourself back based on that internal process. And yes, it could be overwhelming. Self-talk is really, really helpful. Affirmations for those inner processes are really, really helpful.
Yes.
But I see you needing to just get on that boat and sail away.
Ashe. All right, and the next one is Ja. Ja asked something about, she said, oh my God, on spot. Yep, you know it, Queen. Ja wanted to know about tapping into the masculine energy in a healthy way.
So I have something to say about masculine and feminine energy. When we think about masculine and feminine energy, everything automatically tends to go to like the genderfied things, like men are this, females are like, let's take a step back away from that. And let's not genderfy it. Okay. Let's think about it as the feminine energy being nurturing, holding, mellow, gentle, maternal, that type of energy. When we think about masculine energy, let's think about outward energy. So feminine, inward, receiving, being held or holding, nurturing and things like that. Masculine, outward, and I promised myself that I was going to learn terms for these two that are not genderfied. Outward, action taking, planning. So when we think about like astrological signs, think the inward, like Cancer, caretaking, family, mama feeling. When we are thinking about masculine or outward energy, it's like that Capricornian feeling, like fatherly, Saturn, you know, like direct type of energy. So that's the first step to like having a more positive or a more engaging relationship when it comes to these energies. And I just want to clarify is if I want to ask them if this is what they mean when they're talking about masculine energy.
Okay.
Are we talking about masculine energy when it comes to energetics of action taking, of rigidity, of like planning and structuring and enforcing? Or are we talking about masculine energy as the masculinity or the genderfied type of energy? I just wanted to ask before I continue with.
Well, he wants to know, mainly the reason he's asking is because he wants to know what he needs to really work on. And he feels that he needs to tap into his masculine energy even more. So he's saying, what do you see that he needs? What does spirit tell you?
Okay. I'm still going to question, why are we focused on the masculine energy?
And I guess he's looking, spirit is telling me he's looking for a ritual of some sort that can help him. The suggestion of a ritual.
Is he in full understanding of his natal chart and how the planets affect his personality? We can give him a minute to answer.
Okay. He says, I'm trying to get a house for a personal sense of peace. I'd like to know what needs to be worked on and action taking, and trying to get a house for a personal sense of peace. So he's looking to get a new home. If I'm correct, is what I'm picking up. Not fully. I think you're going to need to make an appointment with Queen Elizabeth Ja. Make sure that you post your information because you have a lot of questions. And we don't want to stay on too long. We got about another 15 minutes.
That's okay. When it comes to them and their questions, the cards that came out for them were, again, do you have, and I might just answer your question with more questions, but these questions are for you to reflect on. Because most of the time our answers lie within ourselves, and we just need that soundboard to like, oh, that's, just for confirmation. So first of all, do you have an understanding of your astrological placements within your natal chart? That will give you an understanding of places where you may need more support or holding or being surrounded by that type of energy. For example, I don't have a lot of earth on my chart. I'm surrounded by people that have a lot of earth on their chart and that are earthy people. That's my support system. So that's what I mean. Do you have an understanding of your astrological placements? The
he said
card
not
of
fully.
Okay. We have resources and people that would be amazing to help you understand that.
Yeah, he knows Jupiter. He knows Aquarius, Jupiter. So she probably can help him out there too.
Perfect. Another thing is perception of what should be as to what actually is living. So being able to discern where your decision-making process is coming from. Is it coming from a soul-centered place, or is it coming by the outside influences of this is what life should be like and this is what you should be doing? So having and reflecting on those things. There's definitely need for spiritual nourishment. So again, open up to the universe and say, I am ready, and allow yourself to start receiving that connection and that communication. And also reflect on your relationship with maternal influences in your life, because that came very strong and present.
Oh, okay. So your maternal connections. Okay, I understand what you're saying. All right. The next one is LaDawn.
Okay. Specific question or intention?
LaDawn, she said that her sister-in-law today is the day that her sister-in-law transitioned. So she's been with her all day, and it's been a very spiritual day for her. Do you have any messages that spirit may have from her sister-in-law?
there's honestly so much that could be said with so little time. The one
Mm-hmm.
thing that keeps on coming is, which I'll show, I got these two cards and I don't read the cards for what they are. I go with
Mm-hmm.
what I see and feel. But
Right.
when this card came out, it was that energy of like, what are you asking for? Like, I'm right here. Just listen. Just let's go. What are we waiting for? Right. So it's
Mm-hmm.
not like it's like this foolish, silly, like energy, like snap, snap, type joyful energy. And
Right.
then I got this one, which is like, all right, time to be serious, time to take care of business. However, this is what came up, and I think that they're just showing that they're present. But they just want you to listen. They just want you to listen. Maybe drinking a cup of coffee or having some type of a drink and just listening, just
Mm-hmm.
sitting, whether it's alcoholic, wine, liquor, whatever, something, but just sit and listen and feel and allow those feelings to run, to go through you. Allow yourself the time to sit with it, and listen, because they're close.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that, Queen. All right. The next one is Zakaruma. Zakaruma Allah needed to know what to work on. Mental health isn't where I want it at all. And then Diamond.
Okay.
I skipped over Diamond. Sorry, Diamond. I'm sorry. We'll get you right after Zakaruma.
Yes. So for the last one that you just read, there needs to be a lot of severing the ties with, again, societal, cultural, family, traditional input that comes and that has like kind of shown you the way. Because the thought processes of like, you know, I like to work with computers, but nobody around you has ever worked with computers. So you may not feel or find yourself being confident enough or courageous enough to try the unknown, even though it's living and it's coming from you. So they're asking you to sever those ties with these thought processes. Doesn't matter where they come from, but knowing that these thought process of capability, availability, of having the knowledge to do something, that you have it in you. But the thought process that you can't or that you don't, that needs to be removed. And that can get done with affirmation. You can do as you're showering, taking a shower with the water, releasing, saying it out loud sometimes is super helpful too, because those are sometimes things that live within us that we don't say and we don't express. And usually it can't move if it's stuck within us. So that needs to be worked on in order to be able to move forward and to be able to have clarity on where it is that you want to go. Another thing that you're being asked to is paying attention to the lunar cycles, connecting with the moon, connecting with the cycles, and having an understanding of the processes that happen at the different points of the moon cycle.
Okay. He says agreed. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you both. You're welcome, young king.
You're very welcome.
LaDawn said, yeah, that was so us. She missed the silliness and stopped coffee and alcohol too, but maybe she will. She said, thank you so much. She is close to her. All right, let's go on with Diamond. Diamond Kennedy, my baby.
Did you have
she
a
was
specific
happy
question?
to see you too, when you came here. Basically, what do you think the diamond should tap into, or what message does Spirit say to you? Jump out at you.
Now, I always say this with a lot of love, and anything that I tell anybody, please never take it personal. It is time to sit on your throne. You already have a throne, but you need to pretty it up. You need to add some diamonds to it. You need to add the gold and the bling and make it all yours. And you're being asked to open your eyes to what's holding you back. What's holding you back, because it is time for releasing, for transitioning, and for moving from things that may have looked or felt or seemed like pretty or comfortable or convenient. And it is really time to release it, because it's not serving. It's really not serving you.
Okay.
And that could be thought processes, that can be gadgets, that can be anything in your home, in your love life, in your professional life, even thought processes of like, well, if I'm working with these people, this is how it's supposed to be done. Let go of that supposed to and honor exactly what's here from that throne.
All right. That's amazing. So I think that's it. No one else is in the chat that is requesting a reading. Right. But thank you, Queen, for sharing space with everyone. What else would you like to share?
You're very welcome. Just a couple of things. End of the year, if you smudge, if you do any type of cleansing work, if you want to do water, if you want to do fire, whichever one you choose to, at the end of the year, 3 days, 2 days, even on the 31st, if you follow the calendar year, you're going to start in your home or in your living space. It doesn't matter if you share space with somebody else, even if it's your room, it doesn't matter. You're going to start from your living space and you're going to go counterclockwise. And the intention is going to be to clear the space, to remove everything that needs to be removed and released with the year 2022. And when you come back to your door, you do your prayer, you thank spirit and anything that walks with you, that was working with you. That's that. On the 1st, and again, I'm talking about end of year, beginning of new year, you can do this anytime you need to. When you remove energy, spiritual energy, anything, you always want to replace it. You always want to harmonize it. If you have intentions for the new year, whether it's finances, whether it's love, whether it's physical, home, car, job, whatever, the new year, you're going to start from your door. You're going to open the door, opening the door to the unknown blessings yet to come. Open that door, and then you're either going to do perfume, cologne, flowers, boiling, cinnamon, whichever one you choose, whichever you're used to. You're going to start, and you're going to come in clockwise, because you're going to bring that blessing and that energy into your living space. All right. And then if body-wise, you can do the same. The 31st, you can do a bath to release and let go. And then on the 1st, you can do a bath to bring, to attract. So that's it for me.
Amazing. I do that. What I normally do, I do something just like that, and I make sure that there's no dirty clothes in the house when the clock struck 12. And one year it was crazy. I think it was a couple of years ago in the house, our washing machine broke New Year's Eve at 11 o'clock. I was so upset, and my husband was at the firehouse. I was like, "So what you saying, broke?" He's like, "Well, what do you want me to do?" I was panicking. You know, they feared. They're always throwing fear at us. But we got a new washing machine New Year's Day. After New Year's Day. But I wash clothes. I get rid of all the dirty clothes out of the house that week of so like right after Christmas, take down the tree. I like to and then New Year's Day, I like to do a vision board or a vision box. I remember the one time when you and we had a meeting, we met for coffee, and I had this vision box. And you know, one thing about this spiritual world, the conscious community, is that you're always learning. You don't ever know it all. I'm going to die a lifetime spiritual student. There's just so many doors to open. The sky, it goes beyond the sky. The spirituality does. So we met for Elizabeth and I met for coffee one day, and we went through my vision box, and I said, I feel like I'm stuck somewhere. So she's like, bring your vision box, we're gonna meet. So I brought my vision box, and we were purging my vision box. So I had put this particular car in the box, and she was like, why is this in here? And I'm like, because I want that vehicle. And she's like, but you have a black SUV. I said, yeah, but it's not the Audi. I wanted that. She's like, girl, throw this thing away. You got that. You got to release and put some other things in the box. So stop it. When you want to manifest and you have an intention, it may not happen exactly as you think, but there's a silver lining in every cloud, and there's a blessing in everything. So don't block yourself because you want it to happen exactly this way. It depends on how much energy that you give it. Okay. And Christmas, you know, instead of buying people gifts, share time, spend time with them. Time is priceless. You know, instead of buying somebody a gift that they're not even going to have, probably may not like, or they're not even going to have it a year from now. You know, cook a meal together. Spend, you know, do some experience. Yeah, play games or something like that. So
one more thing about when it comes to vision boards and vision boxes, when it comes to those things, I invite you to see that as a reminder. As a reminder, because so often we get caught, I want to lose 100 pounds by December. Excuse me, life happens. Things
don't be so hard on yourself. Right.
No, it's a reminder. It's a reminder. I want to have a house with this many bedrooms and da 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 da. Look at it, remind yourself, because in those times when you're indulged in life and outside stuff, that's going to be front and center in your face, and you're going to be like, oh, this is my real goal. This
and make sure you really want it
for me. And make sure that when you're creating your vision board, it's coming from a soul place. It's coming from a heart-centered place, because a lot of things, and I've gone through this myself, I want X, Y, and Z. Well, do I really want it? Or is it because I seen X, Y, and Z, or I thought that's what that was for? No, honor yourself. Be yourself. Inward.
I remember my husband, when Michael and I, this is before I met you, Michael and I had we did vision boxes. I was introduced, I was doing angel card readings, and I was doing vision boxes and vision boards, and I made him a vision box. And I believe I told the story before. I made him a vision box, and I made me one. And I decorated it for him, and I was teaching him about spirituality. And we had all these magazines. That's when magazines was a big thing. So you know how long ago that was. So he was cutting out pictures, but I wasn't paying attention when he was cutting out, because I was too busy focusing on what pictures I was cutting out. And I put all this stuff in the vision box, because I do one every year. I add stuff to my vision box and take stuff out. And this one particular year, I was talking, and I was going through his drawers, putting away his clothes, folding up clothes and putting away. And I saw in one of the bottom drawer, he had his vision box. And I was like, man, I haven't seen this thing in years. So I open it up, and it has nothing but pictures of money and a silver SUV, Ford F-150, silver, like a light silver. He has a dark one now. So I opened the box up. You know, he had just bought the same exact vehicle like 2 weeks before I had went into the box. He had totally forgotten about it. So when you do these vision boxes, I mean, purge them every so often, but don't keep going to the box like, why I haven't manifested this yet? Why, you know, it's like you're taking the pot off the top, off the pot, and letting the steam out, and it has to continue to heat and the energy generate again to manifest what you want.
Yes.
So stop having fear and stop doubting yourselves.
Allow
There's
yourself
nothing
to
you
trust
can't
the
accomplish.
process.
Yes, you have to trust the process.
Yes, and step in faith. Even if you can't see it, you don't need to see it. And that's one of the most difficult lessons for us as humans to have. Even if you can't see it, it doesn't mean that it's not happening.
Exactly.
That it won't happen. Continue, continue, continue. Let go of this thought process of like, again, by December, I have to blah, 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 blah. No, because all that does is put extra pressure on you that if December is coming near and nothing has been done, then this whole cycle starts happening. Let go of it.
Right.
This is what I want, and this is how I'm going to work on it. And this is where things fall into balance and fall into place and start shifting everything around you to make
yes. And that's what I've been telling my clients, because I work for this psychic app, and I was telling them and learning that there are parallel universes, guys, that we all live on. There are over 100 parallel universes. And depending on your mindset in your heart is one parallel universe is going to be negative. One's going to be even worse than negative. It could be anything worse than that. There's a level where, let's say money, where you're making $1,000 a month. There's one parallel universe you're living on where you're making only $500 a month. There's one parallel universe you're making $10,000 a month, or $20,000 a month, or $200,000 a month. There's different parallel universes, and then you're connecting with like-minded people, or people that are positive, or people that are negative. So it's up to your mindset and you doing the work of which parallel universe that you want to shift. I've been shifting just these past, I'm always shifting, but I actually pray for me shifting higher and higher and higher so that I can help more and more people and open their eyes up to how phenomenal that they really are. That's my mission, is to teach as many people that are willing to learn. I'm not trying to convert nobody, but to let them know that you are so much more than what they want us to think. Stop thinking you are less than, or you have to fit in a box, because it's fear. Fear attracts more fear. It attracts depression. It attracts anxiety. And the more you fear that, you're going to attract those kind of people into your life. Okay. And then sometimes as you're shifting higher, sometimes that lower parallel universe tries to pull you back down, and you can't be distracted. Your mission is to keep going up, 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 till you manifest what you want, not what you don't want. My cousin Lamb, my gorgeous cousin Lamb Braxton, she said, this is wonderful information. Could you give her a quick message before we sign off, Queen?
Yes. And while I'm doing this, I also want to remind y'all, when you're creating your vision boards, when you're setting intentions with anything, please, please, please take a minute to breathe. Breathe. Come to your center. Allow yourself to connect to that higher self, future self, best self, whatever you want to name it, to that higher self. Because again, we're always evolving, we're always growing. And that best version of yourself is what your limited mind can create at this moment. And that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all. But you're going to notice that when you reach that best version of yourself, that best version is going to have even a better one. So keep going, keep going, keep embracing you, keep dropping all those walls, all those fears, a little bit at a time. Find support. Find support, whether it's spiritual support, whether it's therapy, whether it's community, whether it's church, whatever rocks your boat, wherever the support needs to come through. Allow yourself to be supported in your process, how you need to be supported. The message, did you say was your
my cousin Lan? My gorgeous cousin Lan.
The message that I have is that I don't know. I'm going to say stop questioning, because your options are right in front of you. It's a matter of you choosing which one you're going to go with. because the possibilities are endless.
She's a manifester too. Lana's a phenomenal manifester.
That's the card that came. Like, which one are you going to choose?
She's got many options. Many options. That fits her perfectly.
Just choose.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, yes.
All right. So I'm hearing what Spirit is telling me that 2023 is going to be absolutely phenomenal for so many of us on so many levels.
Yes. Yeah.
Is that what you're getting to?
Yes, I mean 2023, and again, I'm a firm believer. Astrologically, things are going to be happening. So if you can do another video with Aqua Jupiter, that would be super helpful.
Oh yeah, I'm going to definitely bring her back when she has time.
Things are going to be happening and shifting in a way where we're going to be pushed to our boundaries, and it's not from a place of like, oh my God, I'm struggling. Oh my God, I can't handle this. When we have awareness, our perception changes. When we're being pushed to our boundaries, instead of like, oh my God, where is this coming from? Or, oh my goodness, hey, what am I not seeing? What am I not allowing to come see clearly? How am I learning from this? Where do I need the courage to take action?
Right.
What is calling me to have the courage to take action? So that's where, yep. And we don't want to be stuck in the balancing act of like, well, it's this, I guess this is okay if that's that. No, because if you want to be up here, then be up here. It's okay. Have the courage to step into your fullest potential.
Right. Right.
So, yep.
Lan says she received. So let me say this, guys, in closing. Is there anything else you want to share, Queen, before we leave?
The only thing I do want to share is that if y'all want to find me, I am on social media. However, I am not the most present in social media. I admit it, but you can reach me on Facebook, on Instagram. You can send me a private message. I'll get back to you if you need my information. Queen Dawn has my information.
Yes.
And you can find me under Lily at Heart. LILLYATHEART. You can find me on both Facebook and Instagram.
And let me say this too. Yeah, you can, if you can't reach Queen Elizabeth, definitely hit me up on queendawnspirit.com or any of my IG or Facebook. I'm always on social media for the most part. When I'm not working, when I'm not too busy, but I do check it at the beginning of the day, in the middle of the day, and the end of the day. I did want it, so make sure you contact me. Let me know that you want to connect with Queen Elizabeth. I do want to let you guys know we are currently in a retrograde. We're in a Mars retrograde, which Mars, it rules the masculine energy. And that started the day before October. So if people are acting a little off balance, please don't be distracted. Don't be distracted. Okay. That Mars in retrograde ends January the 12th, 2023. Then we get hit with another retrograde, which is happening Monday, which is December the 19th. And that is Venus. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus, literally. That's the feminine energy. And that ends January the 29th. Then right after that, or during that, so actually all of three, we're going to have three planets right now that I can think of. And I know Jupiter, Aqua Jupiter, she can elaborate on that more so because I'm not that much in astrology, but I had to look into this and this came up. Spirit brought this to my attention. Mercury goes into retrograde the 29th, right after Christmas, and it ends on the 18th of January. So this is when retrogrades come, this is a chance, an opportunity for you to play mantras that raise your vibrations, affirmations, speaking into your water, the things that Queen Elizabeth told you to do. These are a chance for you to get a third and fourth and fifth chance to redo, reevaluate, revise, and redo. Stop being distracted that is not working. So if your cell phone, you're trying to get into an app and it's not working, remove all your active apps. Restart your cell phone and start all over again until you get it right. Practice makes perfect. This is a chance. Practice makes perfect. Do not be distracted about being annoyed during these tense energies. You're getting a chance to redo it all over again. And like I said, practice makes perfect. But like I said, don't sign any important paperwork. Don't quit your job. If you have a job, don't move, don't do anything new before that time, at least before January the 18th. If you have any more questions about that or you need a reading, definitely check out Queen Elizabeth, or you contact me at queendawnspirit.com. Queen, yes, do you have your drum? Do you want to send us out with the drum real quick?
Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can get somebody to bring me my drum.
She's gonna do a drum healing for you guys. So this is really special for the end of the year, going into the new year. The drum just vibrates. So you guys are getting so much healing from us, just us talking to you. Stick by, guys. Share this video.
Yes, they're getting the drum for me. And as we're getting this drum, as you're talking about all these retrogrades, I myself personally take the time when planets are in retrograde again to reflect. To reflect. I take a look at where they are. I take a look at like what they would be influencing, and then I reflect on what lives within and what needs to happen, because it's not always like, oh my God, action, take it. Sometimes we just need to sit with it and just receive and nurture ourselves through the process, and that's okay. Another thing that also came to mind as a reminder is that we are welcoming. I mean, if you're in the Northeast of the United States, we go through the seasons. We're in the darkest time of the year. We're welcoming the winter time. Here, the darkness, any place that goes into darkness during these times, it is time to connect with the inner fire in you. It is time to nurture, to go within, hibernate. Take a look at animals, how they prepare themselves to get through the winter times. For us as humans, going in, within, retreating, allowing ourselves to connect with our inner fire, tend the fire during the darkness so that it does not go out.
Ashe, ashe, ashe.
All right. Can you hear this okay?
Yes, Zakaruma, last amazing show. Thank you, beloved. Thank you, Queen. Queen Lan.
Can you tell me if this is heard okay?
Yeah, let me mute mine so you can.
All right, so I am going to beat the drum for maybe a minute or two, and I want you to connect to the beat of your heart. I want you to connect to the vibration that it creates when you hear the drum, and to allow it to connect with you. When the world is chaotic outside of us, we always have our heartbeat that we can come back to. And I am being called to say along these lines that I'm going to go up on the beat. And as I do, I want you to receive the energy. Allow the energy to pump you up, to bring yourself to believe in yourself, to believe that you're capable, to believe that you have everything and anything that you need, to believe that you are fully supported by the universe, by spirit, by your ancestors. want you to feel that from your very root chakra all the way to your crown chakra. You have it in you. Allow your inner fire to thrive, to glow, to lead the way in the darkest days, to lead you when you cannot see, to show you what needs to be seen, and to hold you through the process, giving you the strength to have the courage to step into the best version of yourself, to release the old versions of yourself that exist, and to go towards embracing, stepping into that best version of yourself that already exists, that already knows exactly what's needed, that already knows and is living the best life ever for you with your circumstances. Ashe, ashe, ashe. You're muted, babe.
That was amazing. I didn't want to hear me breathing. That was amazing. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much, sister. I love you so much.
You are very welcome.
I'm serious. You make my heart skip a beat. I love you so much. Thank you for reaching out to our community and help our people, help people that are willing to, that want to heal, that want to level up, that want to shift these parallel universes. Come on, let's get it up there. Let's get it up there. No more being down here. We elevated higher and higher. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we're sending you all Reiki healing love. May you manifest all the phenomenal things you want to manifest, healing all past traumas and karmas, healing the current, so you have a much phenomenal, amazing future with no harm to none. Ashe, 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 ashe. Queen Dawn, Spirit here. I love you guys so much. And Queen Elizabeth, hang on, Elizabeth. I'm timing out. We're timing out. We're signing off, guys. Love you. Peace.
Bye.